A very obvious question. Why research proposals are such a deal? The first word here is foundation. Think of your proposal as an architectural plan of your research building. If a foundation is crooked, the building may not look fine initially and it will crack under pressure. A good proposal lays out your intellectual foundation, what problems you are tackling, why it matters, and how you will approach it. The second word is visibility. A proposal is your academic handshake. It's what funding agencies, supervisors, or reviewers see before they see your real work. It's not just about the outline, it's your first impression. And as they say, we never get a chance to get the first, we never get a second chance to make the first impression. And the third one is very precisely the clarity. A research proposal reflects the clarity of your thought. If it's confusing, reviewers assume you are confused. Remember that all the reviewers are not psychic. They cannot inside your mind unless you present it clearly. And the final one is the consequences. A very weak proposal can bury even the most innovative data and idea. Reviewers rarely reject ideas, they reject unclear writings. Meanwhile, a moderately new idea written with precision and flow often sails through reviews smoothly. So your proposal isn't the paperwork, it's the persuasion in academic outfit. The third slide says about the structure of a good research proposal. Now, how do we build a proposal that stands out elegant and strong? Let us break down into 6 parameters or 6 pillars. The first is the title. Your title is your calling card. It means instantly tells the reader what do we expect. Avoid titles like, for example, a study on problems of something somewhere. That's not a title. That's the cry for help. Be precise. For example, you can take a topic like corporate greenwashing and legal accountability in India. This topic shows context, scope, and conceptual. The second one is the background. This is your story setup, where you tell the readers what's happening in the world, what demands your research. For example, if you are studying sustainability claims, starts with a recent case study or the real world observation. In 2024, several Indian firms were fined for having misleading eco claims. This actually hooks the reader immediately. Hence, background has to be strong. The third one is your objective or hypothesis. Here, you define your destination. What exactly are you trying to discover or prove? Use the SMART rule: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Instead of saying to study consumer perception, for example, let's say to access how perceived sincerity of sustainability claims affect your purchase intention. This can be your statement. The fourth one or the fourth pillar is the review of literature. Now, don't write the library summary. Okay, you are not the tour guide of existing papers. Instead, you need to synthesize it. Identify what researchers agree on, where they disagree, or what's still unknown. Reviewers love when you say, while past studies focused on Western context, little is known about Indian customer interpret corporate sustainability claims. That line will be your niche. So we need to be precise, we need to synthesize, and we need to find out the gaps. The fifth pillar is your methodology. This is all about how, right? So how will you answer your question? You need to define, design, sampling, instruments, and all the analysis methods are included in that fifth pillar, that is the methodology. If your proposal is a movie script, this is your shooting plan. That's what I would say. Now, and finally, when it comes to expected outcomes, what's the value of your work? Is it academic? Is it is a policy, or it is a practice? Be brave enough to say it. This research claims to inform both customer protection law and corporate sustainability reporting practices. So, a proposal is persuasive, writing disguised as as an academic formality. You are convincing your reader that your study deserves to exist. Now we will go to the next slide. That is your questionnaire design that bridges the bridge to data. Okay, there are four things in this slide. Now you have to sold your idea through your proposal. This step is building the right tool, that is the perfect questionnaire. A questionnaire is just like the microscope. If the lens is blurry, you will never see the truth, no matter how brilliant the light is. It's the bridge, what you think and what can be proven. Hence, questionnaire design converts abstract ideas like trust, satisfaction, and attitude. Uh, so I hope I am visible to everybody and I am audible.
Yes, ma'am. It is very much audible.
Okay.
Audible too.
Thank you. So, be aware about evenly, if for example abstract ideas needs trust, satisfaction, or attitudes, right? So numbers, into numbers we can analyze it. Beware, very poorly written questions is a crack in your data foundation. If data foundation is the surgery, the questionnaire is the scalpel. Precise, sharp, and short and sterile. You wouldn't want to perform surgery with with your kitchen knife, right? So remember, questionnaires don't fail because people don't answer. They fail because it doesn't make sense those who are answering. Your job as a researcher is to make respondent think hard, this to make them realize clearly. Okay, and next we will go to the next thing is building a questionnaire. So now how we will build this questionnaire? The first step is defining the constructs. Start by defining what are you measuring. For example, job satisfaction is not one construct. It's made up of pay, recognition, work environment, etc. Define each in one line before you write any question. The next step is choose question type. Open-ended questions capture depths. Close-ended give you structure. For example, what do you think about your department's first? But rate the adequacy of facilities on the scale of 1 to 5 is closed. Both can be used strategically. The third one is write clear and unbiased items. A good question is just like a mirror. It reflects, it not distorts. Avoid leading questions like, don't you agree the university provides excellent support? Instead, you can use this sentence like, how satisfied are you with the support provided by your university? And the third one, and let's come to the fourth point, that is select your scales. Will it be ordinal, nominal, interval, ratio? Each has consequences for how you will analyze it later. The fifth step is to organize logically. Warm up first, tough questions in the middle, demographics at the end. This keeps respondents comfortable and cooperative. And the sixth one is the pilot test. Never skip this point. Pilot testing is your dress rehearsal. It reveals confusing wording, skipped questions and timing issues. Even 15 to 20 test responses can save your actual data. Think of a questionnaire like an exam paper. If students can't understand the question, it's not their fault, it's our fault. Okay, so we will move to the next slide, that is designing effective questionnaire items. Let's play a small game. Now look at these 3 sample questions. For example, I'm giving you a questions like, I feel my institution provide adequate facilities for teaching. This is one example. Okay, the second example is my achievements are appreciated by the administration. And the third one is there are clear opportunities for professional advancement. Okay, so now ask yourself the question. From job satisfaction survey, if these 3 questions are there, what might give you a confusion or a bias? If you picked the first question, that is right, the phrase adequate facility is dangerously vague. Adequate for whom? A physics lab or a law classroom? Precision here matters the most. You could rephrase it by saying, my department provides working projectors, reliable internet, and a conducive classroom environment. Always remember, vague words can destroy the measurement accuracy. Here's a trick. Before finalizing, ask 3 people to read the question and think aloud. If they interpret a question differently, the item needs some surgery. And when possible, keep the tone always neutral. Don't make the respondents feel judged. And if I ask, do you follow all sustainability practices? Most people will lie politely. But if I say, how often do you consciously try to reduce plastic use? I get more honest answers. As researchers, we are not interrogators. We are here to interpret the truths. Now, very precise. Yes. So, yes, I think I forgot to change the slide. So this is the question I was discussing. Next is the measurement of skill. Let me quickly talk about the measurement scales. The most ignored yet very critical concept in research. These are grammar's rules. These are the grammar rules of data. Without understanding them, statistical analysis become gibberish. A nominal scale is all about names like male, female, public, private, no order, no levels. A ordinal scale talks about first, second, third, it talks about ranks. But we can't say distance between ranks is equal. Okay, an interval scale is like 1 to 5 satisfaction rating, assumes equal gaps between points but has no true zeros. A ratio scale, that's the king. Equal intervals and an absolute zero, like age, income, years of experience. These are. Now, what matters? Now, what does this matters? Because our analysis depends on such scales. You can't average genders, but you can average satisfaction level. And remember the 2 golden companions: reliability, reliability that speaks about consistency. If you measure twice, do you get the same result? That's the question. And validity, that's truthfulness. Are you measuring what you claim, what you measure? Reliability, it's not about validity. Like a weighing machine that always shows 2 kg less, consistent but wrong. Hence, we need to understand the very concept between reliability and validity. Now, the key takeaways. It talks about four major, I must say four major pillars, four major points. The first, as we wrap up to my final presentation, let's summarize these four words. I would say this is my personal mantra for a good research. The first one is clarity. If your proposal can't be explained simply, it isn't clear enough. Clarity in structure leads to clarity in thought, and clarity in thought leads to quality research. This is the first and foremost step in a good research, that is clarity. The second one is alignment. Your objectives, constructs, questionnaire items, and analysis plan must point in the same direction. If your objective says impact of leadership style, your questionnaire shouldn't be about organizational culture. Reviewers catch these mismatches instantly. Hence, the second step to take forward is the alignment of your question, the connection between your objectives and your analysis. The third one is the validity. A good research measures reality accurately. Every time you write or design a question, ask yourself first, is this what I really want to know? This will actually help in avoiding your ambiguity, avoid biases, and leading any language issues. Hence, your question needs to be have a validity check. And the fourth, but the last one, is your impact. Finally, what does it matters? Whether it influences policies, improves your teaching, or informs better decisions, highlights your contributions. Remember one thing, research that lives only in a PDF doesn't change the world. Hence, we need to understand the impact that demonstrates your knowledge and your practice, that demonstrates your credibility and your academic value to this academia. To end on this lighter note, a proposal is like a marriage proposal. It's a lighter note, I would like to say. If you aren't clear, confident, and convincing, it's not going to be approved. So be persuasive, very precise, and passionate about your ideas. Hence, with this, I will be thank everyone for your kind attention. I think you all have enjoyed my session, and I have made you sharper and smarter. So, this is what I wanted to convey to the entire forum present today for this presentation.
Thank you, ma'am, for the beautiful presentation. Is there any questions from the participants?